Hello, everyone. Again, launching a little bit late tonight. My name is John Valentine. Welcome to my home. This is indeed the second live broadcast from my home. So I'm still kind of experimenting with the equipment a little bit. So forgive me if the sound or if perhaps the lighting or video is kind of messed up. We're working out the kinks. Anyway, getting to it. I want to start today this particular broadcast, first of all, by thanking some people. First of all, my son John and my daughter Connie. They've been very helpful in helping me to figure out this equipment and set it up. Without them, I could not even turn on the computer. Also to Andrew and Sean, thanks buddies. They've worked with me on arranging this broadcast, and pretty soon we'll all be working together to do a fun broadcast. It'll be cool. So thanks to all of you. Also, I want to mention, I'm not sure who's out and about tonight on a Saturday night in downtown Seoul, Korea. But if you're not, and if you're at home just like me, you might be making plans perhaps for another time. And I purposely wanted to do this on a Saturday night because, again, not everybody wants to go out every Saturday night. But just to give a little plug and appreciation to two places. First of all, to Thunderhorse Tavern here in downtown Seoul, in a place near Itaewon, in an area called Kyung-Ni-Dan. Kyung-Ni-Dan is the area of Seoul. It's near Nok-Sa-Pyong subway station. If you are out on any particular night of the week, make sure to drop by Thunderhorse Tavern. Dwayne, the bartender there, he will sort you out with whatever you need. He's a very good guy and a brother as well. Kirk is the owner. And by the way, congratulations, Kirk, to you and your lovely wife on the announcement of your growing family. That's fantastic. Also, another place over across the street from Kyung-Ni-Dan, in a place called Hae-Bang-Chon, is a place called Orange Tree. If you're in Hae-Bang-Chon, you want to drop by Orange Tree, say hello to Mike. He's the proprietor and bartender there. He'll set you up really well. So those two places I recommend very strongly if you're out on the town at any time. Thunderhorse Tavern and Orange Tree. Thanks, guys. One more thanks out to Lance Regan Deal of Dealy Bob Studios, Dealy Bob Music. Lance is a music engineer and producer and a musician as well, and a very good friend and brother, and he's helped me with some things. So thanks to all of you, and I want to get started with some things tonight. First of all, something about me. I have not been broadcasting very much from my home like this, so there is a possibility that someone might not know. And so I'll introduce myself very briefly to say that I'm from the United States. I am an American. I'm from Pennsylvania originally. I've come from a small town called Tamaqua, Pennsylvania. It's about 2 to 2.5 hours by car northwest of Philadelphia. Maybe. I say maybe because I don't know. I'm not sure. I have not been there in a very, very long time. Obviously, I'm broadcasting from Seoul, Korea, and that's because I'm in Seoul, Korea. I'm no longer in Tamaqua, Pennsylvania. It's very interesting. I did lose touch completely with Tamaqua, Pennsylvania for a very, very long time. No idea what was going on there. I lost touch with everyone. But through the miracle of the internet and Facebook, I've been very lucky and been fortunate to again reestablish a lot of connections and ties with a lot of people I knew from my old school days. So that's been kind of cool. But I digress. Anyway, I am from Tamaqua, Pennsylvania. I did arrive in Seoul, Korea. In fact, on my 24th birthday. That's right. The year was 1986. You do the math. I'm 21 years old. But I've been in Korea continuously from 1986 until now. It's been a very long and interesting and wild ride. And I'm sure that over the next several years, I'll be able to explain and describe some of the things that have gone on over my past almost 30 years here in Korea. It's been a fun experience. Anyway, we'll get into that later, but I just wanted to give you, if you are listening, a little bit of background on me. I have come from the States, as I mentioned. I've been in Korea since 1986, continuously straight through. I've done quite a few things. I've worked in a lot of different jobs, and I've done a lot of different types of business activities, and I've not been very afraid to try and experiment with different fields and careers. And so I will get into a lot of that. Maybe somebody out there who might be interested in experiencing some of those same things that I've done could hopefully maybe benefit from something that I've failed at. Yes, okay. Anyway, regarding the podcast itself, I have I've become interested in the podcast idea only because as I was thinking of my own personal future and wondering what am I going to do as my time passes and as I get older, I thought to myself it would be really, really nice if I could be on a beautiful white beach with perhaps the blue sun above me and blue water in front of me and the bikinis all around me and perhaps a cold beer at my side and my guitar and just perhaps broadcasting that way. And then I learned that that's quite possible. And so I began to watch on the internet a lot of other interesting podcasts. I'm mostly interested in comedian and comic podcasts, also science, mostly space science and technical science. I'm very interested in history as well. And I will be probably talking about those as I experience them on a daily basis. They're very interesting to me. And I'm learning something about podcasting and broadcasting through them. And I will try to utilize some of the things that I learned to make a better show for you as time passes and as we go through this experience together. So again, I'm learning some of the things that I'm interested in. Maybe if you're interested in those things too, you might be able to understand a little bit about more who I am. The podcasts that I'm really mostly interested in are like Joe Rogan and Joey Diaz. And as I mentioned, a lot of the science, like Neil deGrasse Tyson. I like space science. It's very cool. Very interested in that. Let's see, Ari Shafir, a good comedian. I like his comic style. A lot of the older comedians, of course, they're not podcasting so much anymore. They just have their videos online, but through YouTube you can watch those, of course. Let's see. One other thing that I thought would be interesting, or at least important to mention, is my current state of affairs here in Korea. I'm working as a broadcaster. I work in radio and internet broadcasting. My number one job, I do have about 15 different jobs. I'd say my number one job is working for KBS Radio, and the name of the program is Good Morning Pops. Good Morning Pops is a long-running program. It's been about maybe 25 years or so. 25 years or so. And I've been there since the year 2000. So I just passed my 15th anniversary. It's a great career. It's a great fun experience working in radio. I have a great chance to meet a lot of people. I have a great chance to play my own music. I'm a musician as well. Yeah, I have some guitars here with me. As I play my own music, I experiment and I learn, and it's fun. And I'm able to also introduce some of my musician friends to the world of broadcasting. They've been on the radio program. A lot of those people, a lot of my musician friends, over time, they will be joining me on these live broadcasts. Maybe some of them from my home, some of them from Lance's music studio in Hae-Bang-Chon, some of them from Orange Tree Tavern or Thunderhorse Tavern, on the street, from my car, lots of different places. And you will have a chance to meet a lot of these wonderful people. And I'm looking forward to introducing them to you. I'm also looking forward to playing music together with them on a broadcast such as this. That'll be really, really cool. And a lot of them are a lot more skilled at the electronics and the engineering involved in all this. So things will work out pretty well. I'm very confident it's going to be all right. You're going to like it. Okay. That's about Good Morning Pops. I wanted you to understand. One other thing about Good Morning Pops is I'm looking forward to actually a lot of the regular Korean or other national listeners of the Good Morning Pops radio program tuning into this broadcast program. You're very welcome to join me on this ride. It's going to be cool. You already know a lot about me. If you are listening to Good Morning Pops radio, then already you know quite a bit about my character, a lot about my life, about what's going on in my daily affairs. So it will be kind of fun. And I would really encourage you to reach out, to get in touch with me, and you can log on, and if you get a webcam, perhaps we can even communicate during the live broadcast. I'll try to answer questions. You can send texts. I'll be talking about this in a minute, but this is really important to me. This is being broadcast over YouTube. I do have my YouTube channel, and I'm hearing myself being broadcast. Yeah, I'm hearing that. Anyway, yeah, my son is listening to the broadcast on his iPhone, and I can hear it. It's kind of wild. Anyway, YouTube, of course, I do have a channel on YouTube. It would be great if you could go there, and if you can click on YouTube, I believe it's just like or subscribe, maybe subscribe. If you subscribe, then every time I make any kind of broadcast at all, it will go directly to you. And let me explain something about that. I've created a group called Podcast Productions. Podcast Productions is an umbrella group. Under Podcast Productions, I myself will produce and post and send out a variety of different types of videos, some live, some not. Some will be musical, some will be maybe more commentary, others will be interviews, others will be musical as I play my guitar. Also, other people will be also creating their own materials and posting as well. So you'll be able to meet people from different parts of the world, different careers and different ways of life. You'll be able to meet them and follow them and click on them and watch their regular postings of what's going on in their lives. It's going to be a lot of fun. So the first thing you need to do is subscribe on YouTube to my channel, and then you'll get updates. The second thing you need to do is on Facebook. On Facebook, find Podcast Productions. On Podcast Productions, click like or share, all that stuff. You know, it's the normal click, 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 tab, tab button things that you find in all these social networking sites. I appreciate it. Thank you. If you join, like, share, subscribe, whatever, what that does is it increases the numbers of people that are associated with what I'm doing. If those numbers go up, then I can use those numbers to approach sponsors, and that would be a benefit to me. I've already tried my best to learn how to do this, and I've come a long way, and I'm getting better, but I'm going to need some help along the way. And you can help me just by go ahead and clicking on all those things and sharing and telling everybody. GMPers, especially, I'm counting on you, so follow. Another thing to do, so that's YouTube, Facebook. Oh, also on Facebook, look for, as I mentioned, Podcast Productions. Also, my name, John Valentine in Korea, or just John Valentine. Third, also, look for something called KBS Radio 2 FM Good Morning Pops. That is a direct Facebook link to my radio show and what goes on in the studio there. Lots of links to pictures and videos. It's good fun. So the Good Morning Pops radio program. So that's it. That's what I'm doing these days mostly. I do continue to write music, and I create new music almost daily, in fact. But I'm storing it up because I want to share it with you. I've got a lot of songs, and I hope to perform at least one song for you on every single podcast that I can. I'll get to that a little bit later. I've made a list of things to talk about. I mentioned Thunderhorse and Orange Tree. Again, if you are out in Kyung-Ni-Dan, go to Thunderhorse. If you're out in Hae-Bang-Chon, drop by Orange Tree, say hello there, and bring your friends, have a good time. They're good places to hang out. If you have music needs, contact me. But if you get online and look for Deely Bob, that's Deeleebob, Deely Bob. It's run by Lance Rigadil. He can fix your musical equipment. He can help you get set up in a lot of different things. He can introduce you to some equipment that's right for you. Music needs, contact Lance. Very good. Something that's coming up is the Hae-Bang-Chon International Music Festival. take a few minutes to talk with you about that. The Hae-Bang-Chon International Musical Festival is a twice a year biannual event. It happens once in the spring and once in the fall every year. It is hosted and arranged and prepared by Lance Regan-Deal of Dealey Bob Music. He arranges for venues, bars and restaurants, coffee shops all over the area of Hae-Bang-Chon and Kyung-Ni-Dan. And then he arranges musicians and performers to go there and do their acts. Now, it's a 4-day event. It's May 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, May, the last weekend of May, I think. Anyway, May 21, 22, 23, 24. Those are the dates. Again, you can find information by going online. If you look on the internet, look for www.hbcfest. That's hbcfest.com. hbcfest.com. It tells you, there's a map that tells you the dates and the times, tells you all the bands that are playing. From what my understanding, more than 120 different performing artists, whether they're solos or duets or bands, just all kinds of things going on. It's rock and roll, jazz, blues, original covers, just unlimited type of variety of entertainment. Most of the events, gigs and performances will start in the evening, probably most of them after 4 p.m. I suppose on Thursday evening, starting at 9 p.m. But again, when you go to the internet site, hbcfest.com, you get all that information. It's really going to be great. This is the 10th anniversary. 10 years they've been doing this, and it's really grown in size. It's very international, and it's a lot of fun. You can go there with your friends. You can go there alone and make new friends. You don't have to be a foreigner. Koreans are welcome. This is Korea, so you are welcome in your own city, of course. You don't need to speak English. You don't need to say anything to anybody. You can just go there and have some beverages and have some food and enjoy all kinds of music. You can buy shirts. By the way, you'll notice I'm wearing a Hae-Bang-Chon International Music Festival shirt. This happens to be the shirt from the May Festival from 1 year ago, or from 2010, 5 years ago. I have all the shirts because I go every year. I performed in most of them. It's a lot of fun. Lance puts a lot of hard work into this, and he has help from a lot of great people too. So it's a big team effort and worth going. I recommend it. So that's the HBC Fest. Again, May 21, 22, 23, 24, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Visit the internet site for all the detailed information. You don't want to miss that. Okay. I've been doing this broadcast, and I can tell you, looking at the screen, there were 2 viewers for a moment and then only 1 again. But I know that everything is kind of recorded and saved, so hopefully in the future, if you are interested, you can go back and see this particular episode. I'm calling it part of the history of the program, so I'm happy to just save it. I do now want to play a song for you on my guitar. This is an original song. It's called My Dream Girl. Nothing really shockingly fantastic or amazing, just a good fun little ditty that I've written. And I'm going to just get set up here a bit. Okay. Oh, by the way, a word about my guitar. This is a Peerless, made in Korea guitar. I used to have, I still do have a Martin and several other guitars, but this is my favorite acoustic. It's a great battle guitar. Endures all kinds of weather changes. And bear with me just for a moment while I switch microphones. Don't go away. All right. Okay. Oh, check. There we go. Good deal. All right. How we doing? It's a little different sound, but okay.
I'm a little bit of a one-man show. Again, I have to thank my son very much. He helped me to do a bit of the arranging here. I have no idea what I'm doing, engineer in the field of engineering. Okay. I'll take just a moment to get set up. Oh, and by the way, I am drinking coffee. You probably can't see this very well, but I'm connected by wires all over the place, and they're all kind of bumping into each other. So I'm just trying to get a little situated. It's weird. Okay. The song that I'm about to play is my own original song. I've written actually about almost 1,400 songs. Of course, a lot of them were probably not very good, but anyway, over the course of time, I'll be introducing a lot of my music. So this is fun. We'll give it a go. Last night I was dreaming, woke up with a start. You came to me in my sleep, put an arrow through my heart. Now I'm waiting for you to say you are mine. Yes, I'd better walk the line. There's no doubt about it, you deserve the best. You said we were meant to be, I said surely just. Guess I'll have to settle, just being myself. Hey babe, take your love down off the shelf. Overheard when you spoke to your best friend. You both laughed and said that I had gone around the bend. That don't bother me in the slightest way. Matters the most is you're here today. How was that? Yes, thank you very much. Just a moment while I disconnect all this equipment. Just a second. All right. Okay, I'll just continue this podcast using this mic. It's going to be interesting for me, too, to just hear the differences in sound quality. I'm aware that it is different. All kinds of weird things can happen. Anyway, yeah. There was my a song again. It was called "My Dream Girl." I appreciate if you like that. If you don't, that's okay. You can tell me about that as well. I've got a lot of different types of songs, and I'm looking forward to playing most of them solo, like in this environment. But as I said, most of my friends, brothers and sisters, are all musicians, so it'll be fun to collaborate with them. We'll have some pretty good times musically. Okay. I'm going to wrap this up a little bit for now, I should say. Once again, thanks to my son, John, and my daughter, Connie, for helping me. Thanks very much. Also, by the way, again, if you are interested in my radio show, as I mentioned, it is 7 days a week. Korean time, 6 a.m. It's a 1-hour show, 7 days a week, 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock a.m. In different cities, the megahertz, the frequency is different, but it's easy to find. In Seoul, it's 89.1 FM, 89.1. And if you do miss the live, the early morning broadcast, you can check it out 24 hours a day because they radio podcast all of that. It's all archived. You can look for applications on your smartphone or your tablets or whatever. Look for stuff like Kong, K-O-N-G, or just search. If you can type in Hangul, not in English, but if you type in Hangul, type in Good Morning Papsu. If you do that, you'll get some good links to some good applications too. So you can listen to the Good Morning Pops radio program from KBS Radio. My co-host, Egan Chul, and we have a great time doing that. Over the passing of time, we'll talk a lot about those people. They're my colleagues, and we work together. You'll have a chance to meet them. I'll even do some broadcasting from KBS, so that'll be fun. Also, a little plug for YBM Shisa. I work for them too, and they've got a great little site on the internet. If you do a search for YBM Shisa, that's S-I-S-A, and probably just my name. I'll have more information for you about that later. But if you do a little search, it's not too hard to find. Also, again, remember Facebook. Facebook, look for Podcast Productions. Look for John Valentine or John Valentine in Korea. And look for KBS Radio 2FM Good Morning Pops. Those three things on YouTube, or on Facebook, sorry. Also on YouTube, look for my channel, John Valentine or John Valentine in Korea. On Twitter is really useful too. Twitter, my site is John Valentine 2, the number 2. So John Valentine 2. And I will use that a lot for announcing when broadcasts will be, for putting out information and putting links to videos and pictures and whatnot. So I really strongly recommend you go ahead and check out Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, all three of those. I will be announcing, as I mentioned, through those the next time I broadcast. And as I get used to these things and I'll be getting better at them, the podcast and broadcasts will come more frequently, not only from my home, but also on the road. From my car, from bars and clubs, and from KBS radio studio, from many places. It's going to be pretty cool. Trust me. You want to come back. All right. Well, that's all I got for tonight. At the current local time, it is just about, it's just before 10 o'clock on a Saturday night, May 9th, 2015. If you were listening, which I know you weren't, thank you. But if you will be listening and watching later, then I will thank you now in advance for that. So rock and roll, cool. And come back for more, will you? Thanks. Peace. My dream girl. Last night I was dreaming, woke up with a start. You came to me in my sleep, put an arrow through my heart. Now I'm waiting for you to say you are mine. There's no doubt about it, you deserve the best.